Hey friends, happy Monday and welcome back to another week of What's for Dinner. If you're new here, hello and welcome. I am Taylor and I share What's for Dinner videos just like this every Monday to hopefully motivate you to cook more for your family and maybe give you some new meal ideas. We did try a couple new things this week, and of course we had some family favorites that we just can't get enough of lately. If you like these kinds of videos, I hope that you will subscribe down below. As I said, I share these every Monday, and I share grocery hauls every Wednesday with the meal plan, so you know kind of like what to look forward to for the next Monday. And then I typically share like a vlog or another video every week. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things and post those kinds of videos more regularly. But let's go ahead and get into this week's What's for Dinner. Starting off with Friday night, I made a sheet pan pork chop, potatoes, and green bean meal. Starting off with this Kinder's buttery burger blend seasoning, and I am going to use half of that on these baby gold potatoes that I've cut in half, and also some fresh green beans. I'm also seasoning them all over with a little bit of garlic powder, salt, and pepper, and then some oil, and giving those a toss with half of that burger seasoning. And I'm saving the half of the burger seasoning for my pork chops. And I did do the potatoes and green beans on one large sheet pan separately because I wanted to cook those for longer than the pork chops. I did those at 425 for like 35 minutes, and then the pork chops I'm only gonna do for about 25 minutes. And you could pull the sheet pan back out and add the pork chops to the big pan, but I just decided to make it easy and put them on a smaller pan by themselves. And I am seasoning them all over with the exact same thing, the other half of that seasoning packet: salt, pepper, and garlic powder. Spritz them with a little bit of olive oil cooking spray, and then they went in the oven for 25. And then after 35 minutes, I pulled out the potatoes and green beans and I gave them a toss. And then I'm going to add on some Parmesan cheese, and I stuck these back in the oven for just a couple minutes under the broiler so that cheese could get melty and things could just get a little bit more crispy. And then that was it. It was so good. I love this Kinder's like seasoning mix, the buttery burger blend. I haven't even used it on burgers. I think I've only used it on pork chops, maybe chicken. I don't remember. I had 2 of them that I bought on clearance, I think at Kroger before we moved. My family is still like kind of iffy on fresh green beans, but I thought I would give it another try. And most of us like them. Elijah just tolerates them, but that's okay. He can tolerate them if everybody else likes them. And a couple of us had some applesauce on the side as well. I think Andy and both kids did, but I did not. At this point, if you've been here for a while, you probably expected to see this week. It is Cowboy caviar, cilantro lime rice, and some steak. I actually showed how I marinated the steak like a week or 2 ago, so I will leave that link down below. I'll also leave the recipe link for the rice and the Cowboy caviar down below as well. This has quickly become a family favorite. We have had it more times than I could count in the last couple of months. It's definitely a summer favorite for our family. Sunday, we tried some new to us frozen pizza. The frozen pizza selection up here is crazy. Like, I don't think y'all understand. Maybe the next time I go to Woodman's, I'll try to record like the frozen pizza section because it's massive. But we tried these Luigi's pizzas. We had tried the Luigi breakfast pizza, but this time we tried the Big Daddy meat pizza and then just the regular pepperoni because Lily is not a fan of Italian sausage anymore. So yeah, no Italian sausage on one of the pizzas. These were both pretty good. We had them with a salad on the side, and I would probably repurchase, but probably not until I try some other brands because there are so many different frozen pizzas. Monday night, we had the rest of our Cowboy caviar and cilantro lime rice, but with the chili lime chicken skewers from Aldi. We love these chicken skewers. Again, we just love Cowboy caviar as well. And it was so easy to have this meal this night because I had already made everything except for the chicken, and I just cooked the chicken skewers in the air fryer and they turn out excellent. Tuesday night was a new meal for us. I started off by heating up a little bit of oil in my pan, and then I'm going to cook up a little bit of onion. The recipe for this actually includes a sauce, a teriyaki sauce, homemade from scratch, but I ended up not having to make that. I am part of a Buy Nothing group on Facebook, and somebody had posted that she recently learned she needed to be gluten-free and was cleaning out her pantry and getting rid of a bunch of stuff. And in that stuff that she gave me was some teriyaki sauce that I wanted to use. So I ended up using that and didn't have to make my sauce. So if you look at the recipe that I have linked down below, I am starting after the sauce because I just needed to cook my meat essentially. So once my onion was kind of tender and translucent, I added in my garlic, let that cook for like 30 seconds, and then I'm adding in 1 pound of ground turkey. My ground turkey was still partially frozen, but I got it cooked up. And I am also going to season that with a little bit of salt and pepper. The recipe did not say to do that, but I had to add a little bit of salt and pepper to this ground turkey. Once the ground turkey was about halfway cooked through, I'm adding in a bunch of finely chopped fresh broccoli and some large carrots that I peeled and then grated. And I'm gonna let that saute for a little bit until the turkey is completely cooked through and the vegetables are soft. Then I'm adding in a whole bottle of teriyaki sauce. I also rinsed the bottle with a little bit of water to make sure I got everything out. This is a low sodium, I think it's from Kikkoman teriyaki sauce that I'm using. But again, the recipe down below has a homemade one, which I'm sure is delicious. And then once the teriyaki sauce is added, I let this simmer over a medium-low heat for about 5 to 6 minutes. And then I just served this teriyaki turkey over some white rice, and everybody liked it. I am not the biggest fan of ground turkey, but I didn't even tell the kids it was ground turkey, and they were like, oh, that's what that was? After they were done eating and put it away, they were like, I didn't know what it was. I knew it was meat, but I didn't know it was ground turkey. But to me, like, it tastes like ground turkey. Like, I can tell it's ground turkey. And I don't know, for some reason, it just throws me off, and I don't enjoy it as much as I would if it was probably like ground beef or something. Wednesday night, of course, we had our typical spaghetti with meat sauce. I used the Aldi marinara, some ground beef, Parmesan cheese on top, and frozen broccoli on the side. He just put hot sauce on his spaghetti. This man just put hot sauce on his spaghetti.
Sure did. Now we're gonna balance it with some Parmesan.
He's been putting hot sauce on everything lately. His pizza, his spaghetti. That's pretty much it. But
That's pretty much it.
I mean, that's out of the norm. Eggs is like a usual thing. And then Thursday we had smoked sausage, green beans, and potatoes. This is of course a family favorite that I've shared many times. It was actually not on the meal plan for this week. We were supposed to have like chicken and cheese dip and stuff, but my chicken didn't thaw out, and I had already gone grocery shopping, so I just pulled this meal from the next week. So yeah, and we love this. And we had it with some Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuits. I got like 6 boxes of Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuits from the lady who was cleaning out her pantry because she's gluten-free now. So you'll see those a lot, and you'll be like, where did she get this? That's where I got it, Buy Nothing group. So that was dinner for Thursday. And now it is time for our weekly member shoutouts. If you don't know, you can become a channel member for $1.99 a month. If you look down below next to my name, you should see a join button next to the subscribe button. If you don't see a join button, go to your Google Chrome browser or on your computer, because Apple devices don't let you see the join button in the YouTube app. And you get some special perks being a channel member. You can support me in an additional way, and you get some little emojis, you get some behind the scenes photos, you get weekly member shout outs and the What's for Dinners, and a couple other perks that'll be listed down below if you click on the join button. So thank you so much to all of my channel members. I think we're up to 22 now. So thank you to all of you for being channel members. And that is going to be it for this week's What's for Dinner. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you leave me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below if you plan on trying any of the recipes that I mentioned in today's What's for Dinner. And make sure you leave me a smiley face emoji down there in the comments as well to let me know that you made it all the way to the end. I hope y'all have a great week, and I will see y'all on Wednesday with the grocery haul. Bye!